That was a 3 switch in the air. And then 3 I have as my sniper rifle, just so that way I can quickly, if I'm melting somebody, say for instance I'm down here and I just shoot them, I can switch quickly to my AR and try and finish it if it just gets a hit marker. And then the last but not least is 4. I have 4 as my medic, my heals, any type of heals or anything like that. That's what I have it as. And then the builds are completely different. Now I know I can show you guys in the settings exactly what it looks like, so you guys can pause it, screenshot it. I'll show you guys that at the end, but I want to give you guys an explanation of why I'm doing this, why I have my keybind set that way. Now, a lot of people see that my pickaxe is T, and that's weird. Most people have their pickaxe as 1. I just got used to T being my pickaxe just because I don't like really using my ring finger, because I'm not as like coordinate with my ring finger as my pointing finger. I can do anything with my pointing finger. This is like my dominant finger. Out of all 5 fingers, I think my pointing finger is the most dominant, so I like to control as much things as I possibly can with using my pointing finger, so that way I actually click on it instead of just clicking on something random. It's all muscle memory, really.
Learning to execute these strategies will help increase your odds of beating skilled players. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. This first strategy is a cool way to peek out of a 1x1 while only exposing a small portion of your body. You can create a small area in the bottom corner of a window that you can shoot out of with a unique combination of edits. First, you need to place a pyramid instead of a ramp in your 1x1, and then edit the 2 opposite corners to make it into a Dorito. Then, just edit a window on the side of the wall that's mostly covered by the Dorito, and now you can peek out of that small bottom corner of your window. This peek only works with scoped weapons like snipers and scoped assault rifles. While it's possible to shoot out with non-scoped weapons, the angle is so precise that it wouldn't be viable in a real game. It's also important to recognize that this peek doesn't make you invulnerable to enemy shots, as they can shoot you through the same small corner if they spot it. The type of material you use is a big—
On my list, you have the pro players, or the really good players in Fortnite, and these are the players that are just good at everything in the game. They're great at building, they have great aim, they can, ding you with the sniper from across the map, they are great with the close quarter shotgun battles, they are probably using the pump shotgun, and they will probably one headshot you, and if you're, running around and you see them running in the open and you shoot at them, within 2 seconds they have an entire 4 built, and you're probably like, yeah, I'm just gonna go the other way now and just completely avoid you and hope that you die by some BS. But yes, pro players, there aren't a ton of them out there, but when you run into them, you're probably gonna die. So coming in at the number 4 spot, you have the noobs, and just like you can tell when you run into a really good player, you can tell when you run into a really bad player. And of course, there's always going to be noobs out there, people who are brand new to the game and
Hitscan and projectile based. Other than snipers and explosives, every weapon in Fortnite uses hitscan mechanics. Hitscan means the bullets don't have any travel time. As soon as you click, the bullet will immediately hit the target in your crosshair, regardless of distance, so long as the shot is accurate. Snipers are a little different in the sense that they shoot physical projectiles. This means you have to take into account travel time and bullet drop. Check out our sniper guide for specific tips on dealing with these mechanics. The number 1 mistake every single shooter newbie makes is that they fire before they aim. All too often, you will see players start spraying the second they see someone on their screen, and they miss all of their bullets because they lost focus on aiming. Force yourself to aim before you shoot. It sounds cheesy, but actively remembering to move your crosshair on top of your target before clicking will go a very long way in increasing the amount of shots you hit. Now, let's take a look at the bloom mechanic, which affects weapons like assault rifles, SMGs, pistols,
You should think about changing. The default bindings for these can work, but aren't necessarily optimal. Changing them could make certain things easier to execute in-game. Trying to find the best key bindings may feel overwhelming at first because every player seems to have different preferences. There are, however, patterns that almost every pro player and streamer follows when it comes to binds. Ultimately, you should test different setups and stick with key bindings that are comfortable for you and work well with your gameplay. Before we talk about specific keybinds for weapon slots, building, and editing, we need to distinguish the most valuable keys on your keyboard. The most important keys are those that are closest to your movement buttons because they're the easiest to reach. This includes keys like Q, E, F, Z, X, C, V, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. You should try to bind these keys to actions you use most often, like main weapon slots, building, and editing. It's also important to recognize the value of left shift, caps lock, and tab. These are 3 more important.
That's a fucking joke! Why did my RPG make a sound of it shooting, but it didn't shoot?
Whoa, what the fuck?
We hit him again. Oh my god, this is so dumb. Because it's so scuffed. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? They'll jump on me.
So, I'll be explaining the problems with Fortnite players in this video. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole entire thing, because I have a lot of topics that I want to talk about throughout the whole entire video. If you guys enjoyed this video in any way, shape, or form, make sure you drop a like on it as always. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on this, and do you agree with anything that I said in this video? If so, what is it? Let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. Without further ado, it's your winning guard. Let's get right into our supporter creator code shoutouts. So my two supporter creator code shoutouts in this video goes to my man Dylan and my man Josh. Thank you guys both for using my supporter creator code. If you want to be any of these people that I shout out in future videos, all you gotta do is go to your item shop, put in code OMNICARG, no spaces, send me a picture that you bought anything with it, or that's in your item shop in general, over on Twitter, Instagram, or Discord. It'll be linked down below in the description. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Alrighty guys, so I'll be talking about the problems with Fortnite players. First off, if you guys don't know who I Talk Fortnite is, I'll link him down below in the description. Personally, I got this idea from him a little bit because he makes videos like this.
Game, and its loadout has all the essentials with the heavy AR, pump shotgun, and SMG. In this clip, we're going to watch Poach make all the right moves in a 1 vs 3 situation. Copy exactly what Poach does here to give yourself a chance at clutching a squad win for your team. Here, he spots out a player and decides not to take any shots just yet. This was a great decision. Instead, he gets even better position that allows him to fire multiple shots, and he ends up securing the kill with some sick headshots. He traps this player in a cone and is off to fight again. He's able to land a pop shot, and instead of taking the bloom fight that an average player would take, he makes the right play and he builds for high ground. So you guys might be asking, why did Poach win the ramp push but build the other way? You guys might have not seen it, but right as he ramp pushes there, another player is to his left. He recognizes this without even turning his camera. Whenever you're in a situation where you're outnumbered, you must prioritize high ground. Once you lose high ground in a 1v2, you're done for, and that's
having Q&E. A lot of people have Q&E as their building material. Now, in my opinion, I think Q&E would be really good for building, but the reason I got used to this is because the double pump. Because if you guys look on the keyboard, Q and E are right next to each other, so you're just using 2 different fingers, and that's what you want to keep in mind. Back then, the double pump was a thing, so I like to do the Q, E as another double pump. Again, these weapons are really up close and personal weapons, so once you get in a gunfight with somebody, you want to be able to switch to the other one extremely quick. So say, for instance, I take a shot with the pump shotgun, and I want to finish him with the SMG, I can go ahead and switch insanely quick over to the SMG just because the way that my Q and E are so close to each other, I'm just used to switching these two extremely easy, guys. I mean, look at how quick you can switch it. You can also run forward. You can do everything. You can switch, sprint forward. As long as you're using these 3 fingers, you're able to do all 3 things. Now, that's why some people actually like doing that when building, so that way they can actually open up their mats and do this while building like that. But I have my building mats on my mouth. Now, that's just something I got used to. A lot of people will have their